Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I will actually be sharing 5 yoga poses which have really helped a lot for me in curing my PCOS. I wouldn't say curing my PCOS really, but reversing my PCOS, because it's been more than a year now that almost all of my PCOS symptoms are gone, and I pretty much have my regular period cycle from more than a year now. I get it every month. In fact, 28 days of cycle is maintained every month for me. So I'm still working on reversing everything completely, because I don't have acne anymore. I don't really have hirsutism or fatigueness and all of that stuff. About all those other things I'll talk in some other video, but for today's video I just wanted to quickly share 5 yoga poses which have really helped me a lot in reversing these symptoms. The main area that really focuses on all of these 5 poses is the pelvic area, or the pelvis area, where it gives a lot of space for our uterus, ovaries to kind of, the pelvis area to kind of expand very nicely. So by doing all these yoga poses, obviously your pelvic region will be expanded nicely, and it will definitely help. So I really hope these yoga poses really help you all a lot in terms of reversing your PCOS. There are many other yoga poses. I wouldn't say that these are the only 5 poses. It's not like that. There are other poses also which help in reversing the symptoms of PCOS, but these 5 are tried and tested by me. I have personally done them in my weight loss journey, and they've really helped me a lot, so sharing them with you all. So let's quickly begin. The first pose is the butterfly pose. Now in this pose what happens is you have to just bring in both of your toes together as much close to your hip area as possible, and then just start flapping like a butterfly does. So the idea, if you're a beginner, you might not be able to completely touch the ground, but if you're in advanced level you can touch the ground. But just to begin with, just try to flap as much as possible, and do it as long as you are comfortable. Not necessary that you have to do 100 flaps, 50 flaps, nothing like that. Do it as long as you are comfortable, and that's it. Again, this area, as I mentioned before, really focuses on expanding your pelvic region, which is very helpful in PCOS. So that's number 1. Number 2 is chakrasana, or the wheel pose. Now in this pose I am not sure if beginners can do it, but if you can try, that would be really great. But if you cannot, then please don't do it. I would suggest you try first slowly for 1 month, and then you can obviously do it. It's not a very difficult one. Everybody can do it very easily. So just like as it is shown in this video, just do like that. And this area again really helps in expanding your back muscles, your abdomen region, diaphragm region, and also your pelvic region, and is very useful in PCOS. So number 3 is bhujangasana, or cobra pose. Now we all know that cobra pose is something that is included in the Surya Namaskar itself, and also you can definitely go ahead and do the Surya Namaskar, entire Surya Namaskar also. That is very helpful in PCOS. But if you cannot do the entire thing, you can definitely do the cobra pose. And there are variations of cobra pose. So the one that I'm showing here is both the legs are also lifted, but if you're in a beginner level, keep the legs straight and then just lift your upper body, and then you should be good to go. Yoga is mostly and all about stretching and feeling that stretch in your body. So I would suggest don't focus a lot on simply lifting the body, but try on stretching very nicely. So this pose is definitely something I swear by. So the next one is dhanurasana, or the bow pose, as the name suggests. Now this also I wouldn't say is very difficult for everyone, but for beginners it may be a little difficult, but this definitely helps a lot in terms of getting the flat belly as well. You have to just lift as it is shown in the video, and then try to stand on your abdomen region, and you can literally feel the pressure on your abdomen region, and that's very helpful. Again, all of these poses I would say try to just maintain as long as you're comfortable. Not necessary that you have to do it for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, anything like that. As long as you're comfortable, your comfort level can either be 10 seconds or 40 seconds. It's okay, it's completely fine. So to begin with, just do one of each of these poses, and then slowly, as you get used to them, do a set of 3 for each of these poses. So that will really be helpful. The next one is halasana, or halasana, any which way you may call, or plough pose. Now this pose I wouldn't really recommend to everyone, because for me itself, like my body is a little flexible. It was not very easy for me to get to this pose because it's a little tricky, and when you actually lift your leg, if you're a beginner, I would say stop at 90 degrees or even come a little ahead, but don't try to go back on the day one itself if you cannot do it or if it is very difficult for you. In the starting few days, just try to keep your legs straight. That is something that you have to focus when you have just started doing this pose, and as you get the expertise or as you get used to it, you can definitely try going back completely, and make sure you go back as long as your chin is touching your chest. So this has to be the position when you're sleeping, and then bring your legs back and touch it to the ground. And the key here is to keep the legs straight. So when you're keeping the legs straight, your hamstrings will be stretched, and you can literally feel the stretch in your back region as well. If you want, you can just leave the hands down if you are like an expert or advanced level. But if it's difficult for you, you can give the support of your hands to your back to make sure that your legs are touching the ground. And this pose is definitely not for everyone. It's a little difficult compared to all other poses, but it is very, very helpful. So I would say if you can give it a shot and give it a try, please do so. But again, try to hold it for only as long as you're comfortable, and as and when you feel that it's not working out, then just come back slowly. And for all the poses, I would like to say, do not abruptly end the pose. I mean, butterfly is comparatively easy, so you can abruptly end it, but for other poses which are a little complex, please don't abruptly end those poses. Come back to the normal like Shavasana pose in a very slow and steady manner, I would like to suggest, because there are chances that you may hurt yourself, and I wouldn't want that to happen. So yeah, these are the 5 poses. There are several other poses, as I mentioned before. If you want more of these videos, please do let me know. I really like yoga. I mean, I'm not a very like exercise person, but yoga is something that really calms my mind, and the stretch that I feel is something that gives me satisfaction. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you, and if it has helped, then please make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. And if you're seeing me for the first time, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, then please consider subscribing. It'll mean a lot to me, and it's free of cost. And I will see you very soon with a next video of mine. And do let me know in the comment section how did you like this video. And yeah, until then, let's all be kind to each other, and toodles.